And even as you notice the words, some part of you can already sense the rhythm of rest. And the part that tries too hard can already start to relax, because it knows, doesn't it, that some things only happen when you stop pushing. Once there was a tiny seed planted in rich soil, and every day the gardener whispered, "Grow, grow, grow," and checked to see if the roots had moved. But the seed, quiet and patient, didn't respond to shouting. It responded to stillness, darkness, and water. And the gardener, frustrated, wandered into a forest nearby, where trees had been standing for hundreds of years, and realized these trees didn't scream at their roots. They didn't pry open the soil. They just grew. And as you think about the seed, and then the trees, you can notice how your own brain is like both, fragile when poked, and incredibly powerful when left alone. And the more you imagine the seed, the more you imagine the forest, the more you can feel the wisdom of stillness working quietly, while your conscious mind might be thinking about something else entirely. And in another village, a baker kneaded dough, shaping each loaf with care. He placed the loaves in the oven, and for hours did nothing, and yet the aroma told a story. The bread rising, the crust forming, perfect, golden. And next door, a mason poured wet cement into a foundation and stood back, letting it set. Every time he poked at it, trying to speed the process, it cracked. Only when he let it be, solid, strong, permanent. Then imagine a forge, where a sword is being hammered and folded. If the blacksmith pulls it out every few minutes to check the heat, the steel fails. When you trust the fire, the sword becomes unbreakable. And as you think about bread, cement, swords, your unconscious mind can start to see the pattern. The real consolidation, real mastery, real learning requires letting go. And the more you see it, the more it feels natural to step back, pause, and trust. But if I stop, I'll forget. No. You already know how to forget things that don't matter. What you want is to remember. And remembering happens when you stop pushing. But rest is wasted time. It's funny, isn't it, that your muscles, your memory, your creativity, your soul, they all work best while you rest. And if you rest, you're actually working harder than you ever could while spinning in circles. People will think I'm lazy, and the truth is, only the ones who grind themselves into dust are really lazy, because they refuse to respect the natural laws of growth. And now picture two possible futures. Future A, you keep checking, overthinking, spinning your wheels. Every memory slips through your fingers. Every skill falters. You burn out before you can even taste the victory. You're the gardener pulling up the seed, the baker opening the oven, the blacksmith checking the forge, and it all collapses. Future B, you study, you practice, you rest. You trust the pause. Your skills lock in. Memories crystallize. Insights appear while walking, showering, laughing, effortless, fluid. You're the farmer watching the seed, the baker smelling the bread, the blacksmith holding the perfect blade. Every step compounds, every moment adds to mastery. And you can feel that, can't you? And as you imagine that effortless mastery. Some part of you can start to notice how easy it is to step back and trust. And the more you notice that, the more you realize that it's already part of who you are. Every time you learn something, you naturally pause and let it settle. Every time you practice, you trust. The rest is part of the work. Every time your mind urges you to overthink, you smile and let it go, knowing that consolidation is happening anyway. With every pause, every rest, every trust, your unconscious is wiring you to be the kind of person who learns faster, performs sharper, and lives with effortless clarity. And isn't it strange? The more you try to control it, the less it works. And the less you try, the more it happens. And as you follow that thought, noticing how paradoxical it feels, some part of you can just let go. And in letting go, you actually gain control. And as you gain that control, in your own unconscious way, you can begin to notice how much easier life feels when you trust this rhythm. How much more aligned you feel. How much more powerful, focused, creative, and alive you can be. Listen, you've been yanking at your own growth, overthinking, micromanaging your thoughts. And look where it's got you. Tired, frustrated, spinning. Stop that. Sit the fuck down. Let your brain consolidate. Let your skills lock in. Let your knowledge settle. Respect the pause. Because that pause is strength. That pause is mastery. That pause is the difference between mediocrity and genius. And the sooner you trust it, the sooner your life stops being a hamster wheel and starts being an unstoppable machine of insight, clarity, and power. And now, as you notice all these layers, the seeds, the forest, the bread, the cement, the swords, and the paradoxical truth loops, you can feel at a deep level that your brain consolidates during rest. You can feel at a deep level that constant checking interrupts consolidation. And you can feel at a deep level that overthinking wrecks learning. And as you integrate that, your unconscious starts to take over, wiring you automatically to step back, pause, trust, and let mastery, growth, and insight flow through you naturally, effortlessly, and powerfully. Because that's who you are now. That's your identity. That's your truth.